These are the 3 poses I recommend for any lower back strain or pain, and they're also specific to sciatica. So the main mechanism we're working on to release the lower back is a shift from the workload here and here to be more at the front. So we're working on softening the lower back, softening the buttocks, and bringing strength and tone into the belly and also the pelvic floor. And that should start to make sense when we do the practice. We're going to warm up the hips first and the lower back with a really simple rolling of the hips. I call this the train. And the idea is to make as big a circle as you can to start to bring lots of blood supply to the buttocks and to your lower back. And it's important when you do this that you're sitting up tall, and you can be aware of the alignment of your legs as well. Okay, we'll start to notice the movement of the breath, breathing into the lower ribs and breathing out from the abdomen and also from the pelvic floor. Good. Once again, breathing into the lower ribs and breathing out from the abdomen and pelvic floor. From here, we'll bend one knee up. Tuck the other foot close in, but not so much that it lifts the hip. And we're aiming to bring this knee parallel with your mat, so that then you can bring the top leg over. Again, as much as possible, the knees align. Once you've found a centered position where the hips are steady and stable and the shoulders are also level, take a breath in as though you're lengthening the spine. And as you breathe out, bring the chest forward, keeping that length. Use your hands to support however you like. And when you're ready, gently let the crown of the head come forward. The chin stays close into the throat. And the kookaburra is like this one. Okay, now here you should feel that shift of internal pressure. So you can even exaggerate this by breathing in to the back of the pelvis and breathing out to squeeze around the pubic bone. Also drawing the navel back to the spine. I'll do that once more. Breathing in to inflate or expand back of the pelvis. Breathing out to squeeze or wring out around the pubic bone and navel, the deep belly of the navel. Keeping your foundation strong, pelvic floor and belly. They'll come up slowly. And change sides. Again, check that there's plenty of space for this hip to remain on the floor. As much as possible, knees align. So we're looking always for symmetry from the pelvis, torso and shoulders. And inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale to come forward. Don't worry if your posture isn't complete. If there's tension in the buttocks or lower back, even a gentle pose is often enough. And it is one of the stronger postures, definitely. Remember to breathe into the back of the pelvis and breathe out from the front of the pelvis and the belly. This pose knows has a particularly beneficial action on the reproductive organs. It's specific for fertility, which is becoming an increasing issue in today's world. One more breath here, a focused breath. Keep your foundation strong as you come out. Let's release. Sorry, I should have mentioned we'll need a men's tie or some kind of strap for this next position. So hopefully, if you're doing this again, you'll have that on hand. Okay, we start with the feet flat against a wall, and do check that your feet are hip width apart, a straight line from hips, knees to ankles, and that the toes are pointing straight up, they're not turned out or outer in. From here you can roll onto the back of the pelvis, and keep wriggling toward the wall so your feet can remain planted. I like to tuck the buttocks under to help open the lower back. We bring one knee to the chest, hug it in to make a deep fold at the hip joint. Just see that this right side, or the side you're working, doesn't shorten. So keep the waist extended and open. Good. Let's give a nice squeeze as we take the strap around the ball of the foot. So here's an opportunity to wring out the belly and the pelvic floor. And every time we do this, we're encouraging the lower back to relax. You can think of it as transferring the workload from the back to the front. Nice squeeze, chest toward knee, and knee close into the chest. And then when you're ready, come on back down. It's nice to keep the chin in close so there's length at the back of your neck. Take the foot up, remember again to keep waist long. And I like to do this with a hand on the belly so I can just stay in contact with those deep abdominal muscles working. I'm also grounding through this leg on the wall, or leg on the floor. Take a breath in here and breathe out to deepen your posture. Always keeping the foot parallel. Staying steady at the inner body, steady against the wall. Let's take the foot out to the side. Again, it doesn't matter how far you come, but do check that you keep your grounding, you keep your foundation, belly and extended leg. This will be an abdominal strengthening exercise, as well as a stretch for this right leg. On your next exhale, use strength of the belly and pelvic floor to come back. You might find you can deepen the stretch here. Let's release the leg. Notice any change from working this right side, and many clients tell me that the stretch side feels longer or lighter, or just that there's more energy flow and awareness. Okay, other knee to chest. Again, remember the opportunity is there to squeeze. And just had feedback again today that this gets rid of the belly. Just that exhale, the work on the exhale using these deep belly muscles is enough to reduce the size of the belly. Okay, and you've given a nice squeeze there, chest to knee and knee to chest, so both ends of the spine are peeled toward each other. We'll come on back and again check that the side of the waist is very open. No punching in. There we go, into the pose. Grounding through the abdomen, through the pelvic floor, and through the grounded leg. Using that anchoring to allow the leg to ease to the side. It's not uncommon for one side to be easier than the other, which just indicates any weaknesses and strengths, of course. It's a yogic principle to conserve our energy. So if there's any kind of propping, any tension that doesn't need to be there, then let it go. Still working where you're consciously active, but softening the surrounding tissue. And as we exhale, we come back to center. You can let go of your strap. Again, notice the changes. And again, let's focus on working here. The lower belly drawing back to the spine, pelvic floor lifting, and use that strength to now bring the knees toward your chest. Same feeling of curling both ends of the spine toward each other. Making your body as small as you can. On the in-breath, take your arms and legs away from each other. If you notice the lower back strain, raise the legs higher. Each squeeze a little longer, a little stronger than the last. Incredibly effective move for strengthening and toning the abdomen. So make the most of the last two here. All the way to the end of the exhale. And then we'll rest. Put the head back to the floor. Arms above the head. And the knees rest into a diamond shape. Letting the belly be soft. The breath can flow deeply. Even a sense of breathing into the hip sockets. This position will align the pelvis. Use the deep muscles here to bring the knees toward each other. And a mild counter stretch. Again, very releasing and relaxing for the back of the pelvis. We've got one last treat because just found out we can record for longer than